I am back today in one of the UK's best garden centres for exotic plants, nestled in the beautiful countryside near Monmouth. It is a fantastic garden centre, and it is a Millbrook Garden Centre. Came here last year, did some filming, and I thought I'd come down again today because, I've got a little bit better at this YouTube malarkey, so I think I'm going to do them a little bit more justice with this video. And I've also come to get a very special plant. So, come on, let's go and have a look. As soon as you walk in to Millbrook, you are surrounded by plants. There are so many different rooms and sections to this garden centre. It just makes it such an impressive place to visit. And this is one of my favourite corners. So shade loving plants. So many different ferns, phosphugiums, tree ferns, fatsias. Just look at these beautiful Fatsia variegato, camouflage I think they are actually. Spiders' webs, titanic tree ferns. And there's so much herbaceous stuff. Look at all these hostas coming up. It really is a plant geek's paradise. And there's a plant for every little gap that you might have a space for a plant. As your tropical gardens get bigger, you are going to need to invest more in shade loving plants because canopy brings shade. Another little room is this houseplant section, and as you can see, it's not necessarily just houseplants. Look at these Musa Florida, Silicanda, just so much beautiful plants. Wow. So in another room with a convertible roof, again, so many different plants of so many different descriptions. Magnolias, typical bamboo, some huge olive trees. So this garden centre isn't just an exotic plant garden centre, it caters for every gardening requirement really. So you have the typical garden furniture and also your more cottage garden style plants, but then you get the odd beauty stands out. I mean, just look at that washi, isn't that amazing? Just love the trunks as they get mature, the crisscross pattern. So pretty much all these palms and all these plants have been exposed to the elements throughout winter. The greenhouse or the plant house here has a convertible roof, so it lets the weather elements come through, and you have these amazing washies that just have survived. Obviously this one's looking a little bit tatty, but it's going to pull through. What a stunning plant. So it's laid out like a garden. In fact, it's laid out like Dave's garden. Just twists and turns everywhere with plants of all descriptions. See more common climbing roses, etc. along here. More of your cottagey garden style with skimmias and ceanothus, etc. But then you get things like the viburnum, the acubas. Just add that little touch of colour. Look at this, palm and yucca heaven. So these amazing waggies, yucca rostratas, huge butiers, heaven. Just look at this cycad. What a stunning example. And a vast selection of fruit trees right next to a busy dual carriageway down there. So there's this enormous polytunnel that they store just what they call jungle plants. So let's have a look at them all. Some ferns, aspidistras. I'll have to pick myself up one of them. And look at these. Amazing Brassaiopsis mitis. So these are from the Dutch cellars. Now what I originally thought was that these are micropropped, but with a chat with Dale and Dave, and actually looking at the plants, they seem to be cuttings, which is highly it's just amazing that you can get a Brassaiopsis cutting grown on at such a decent rate. And then more Scheffleras. They're called Winter Jungle, but they look very much like Taiwaniana to me. There's another Taiwaniana there. Alpinas. All different sizes. And Schefflera della Valle. Very tempted to get one of these too. Tetrapanics coming into leaf. Daphne macropodums. I have one of these in my garden. They are amazing. Ligularas, Rising Sun, Spotty Dotties. Oh, look at that palm. Fern. Blackland tabulaire. Podocarpus macrophyllus. So yeah, some great looking plants in here. Some hardier than others, but all truly beautiful. Loquats. How much are these loquats? And more of the obligatory Fatsia green fingers. Now this isn't a heated polytunnel, and guys often test these out. And last night was a particularly cold night, and they left out some of these Musa Floridas, and they survived. So good testing ground as well. More Brassaiopsis mitis and Pseudopanics, etc. And for those into topiary, lots of cloud pruned shrubs. So they just had a delivery in of jungle plants and tropical plants from the Dutch suppliers, and come in April there will be a whole raft of French plants. So colocasias, all of your big herbaceous stuff, your colocasias, etc., your bananas, euphorbias looking stunning. Just look at it. Absolutely stunning. So lots of polytunnels, jungle plants. They've got a whole polytunnel dedicated to aces. Not my bag really, but nice to see. Formiums. You know, it's all reasonably priced. So this is the exotic plants greenhouse. It's looking a bit yellow, that bootia, but lots of very interesting plants. This is an interesting one. An aloe. Some of your more tender colocasias, not colocasias, cordlines. Just look at these yuccas. Some huge selection of yuccas, yucca rostratus and lineofolias. Phoenix canariensis for you phoenix lovers. So in a couple of months' time, this is going to be full of colocasias, bananas, hedychiums. But for now, it's just storing some of the palms in here. So they do the smaller Trachycarpus as well as the huge palms as well, ranging in all different sizes and different costs too. So Eucomis, Moscoia, Singerberger, which is a kind of ginger. Lots of stuff still dormant, so it's not the most exciting to look at, but if you know what you want and you know what you're looking for, you will find a plant for every occasion location in this place. More hedychiums. That's a really good price as well. Oleanders. On a beautiful crisp March morning after a freezing night, this really does lift your spirits. Just plants as far as you can see. As we head into the more central part of the garden centre, you have a whole selection of rhododendrons as well. And then this little pond area, this little garden area with a huge Trachycarpus. Fully loaded with seeds. Look at those camelops. A multi-trunked, huge beast of a plant. So back home after a really enjoyable morning at Millbrook Garden Centre near Monmouth. Well worth checking out. It's definitely worth a road trip. I know a lot of the chain stores like B&M and Home Bargains are starting to introduce more of these exotics into their stock, but sometimes it just doesn't fit the bill, and you need to go to a very unique place that sells some really rare, exotic and very special plants you're probably not going to find anywhere else. So on that note, I did have to pick up a couple little beauties myself. So the first one is Schefflera delavayi. So this Schefflera, well, they're not Scheffleras anymore, they're called Heptaplerums. I'm going to stick with Schefflera. Is a very unique Schefflera. So this highly sought after evergreen small tree or shrub is native to the mountainous regions of southwest China, and it's known for its architectural appeal. It features these large palmately compound leaves with thick leaflets, and it does produce a spectacular cream flowered heads in autumn. It is one of the hardiest of the genus, and it can go down to -8, -10. It's pretty slow growing, but it can get up to 4 meters, eventually forming a small woody tree with a very tropical or exotic look. It thrives in dappled or park shade with fertile, well-drained soil. It needs a humid environment, but shelter from strong winds too. So as I've mentioned in a few of my videos, Scheffleras are becoming my favourite group of plants. And this is a stunner. But let's have a look at something else. Look at this beauty. This is Brassaiopsis mitis. Brassaiopsis mitis is a rare exotic and architectural semi-evergreen shrub or small tree, and it's often called Philippine umbrella plant or the soft spiny wood anemone tree. It's got some massive leaves up to 60 to 80 centimeters, and they're deeply lobed and have this amazing snowflake shape. They're silvery white when emerging. They mature to this deep green on a thick spiny trunk. It's a must-have for any tropical style sheltered garden. It's considered half hardy, so -5 to -10, but that's only really when it's established. So this is going to live in a pot for a little while. They can grow up to 2.5 to 4 meters, and they're native to the Himalayas, so East Nepal or Sikkim and Myanmar as well. They do produce flowers, so racemes of spherical pale yellow greenish flowers in summer, and then fruit with the seeds in. But fingers crossed, I'm going to get some of them in the years to come. It's considered the holy grail of plants for collectors. I'm really going to enjoy watching these grow over the years into the magnificent plants that they will become. So, more plants ready for spring. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please go and give Millbrook Garden Centre some support. You know, these independent garden centres need support in this day and age when more plants are becoming readily available in these chain stores. I'll see you on the next video.